A month after first contact, we got a message from the Terran Empire. It simply said that they would be sending a diplomat to discuss relations, joining the Galactic Alliance, and exchanging information. They told us the ship that would meet us would be called the ISS Bismarck, after an old famous Earth battleship from the time when ships traveled the waves of the ocean instead of the void of space. The representative of the Terran Empire would be Captain Felix Hoffman. He would be our informant. A few minutes later, an energy surge was detected, and a human warship materialized. The warship was massive, taking a diamond shape with one end elongated. There was some sort of structure running down the spine of the slate-gray ship. At roughly the point where the ship's center of mass would be was a disc-like structure embedded into the ship, with energy coursing through a vein that was at the middle of the disc's edge. The name ISS Bismarck was printed in light gray letters, illuminated in the void of space via light surrounding the letters. Weapons platforms were clearly visible on the ship, each one inactive, or so it seemed. From our scans, we noticed that the armor plating on the ship was thick and durable. The energy coming from the center of the disk structure was immense, breaking the limits of any artificial power source known. The engines spat intense blue-white flames that allowed the behemoth of a ship to cut smoothly through the abyss. The station received a message from the ship, simply requesting permission to dock, and we cleared it for docking. Once the ship had docked, several of us waited at the airlock. Once the decontamination process had been completed, the doors opened and 3 humans stepped through. 2 of them wore red armor with a long metal rod held by both of their hands. We couldn't tell their gender as we were only told that humans were sexually dimorphic. The other was a tall human male, with a stocky physique that made him an imposing figure compared to most. He then bared his teeth in a show of emotion called a grin, and said in a friendly tone, "Well, let's go learn about each other, shall we?" We sat down at the meeting table, all 11 representatives of the Galactic Federation of Systems, as well as the representative of the Terran Empire. The various GFS representatives presented the basics of their species, like what they brought to the table in terms of resources or military power, biology, customs, and more. Then came the Terran Empire's representatives' time to present. I will only be mentioning the things that I thought were important. Exogeography. The human cradle world is a planet called Earth in the Sol system, as they have named it. They only gained the technology to travel between star systems at incredible speeds recently, and as such, they have only reached out to a star they call Wolf 359. We have given them the standard 50 light-year radius for territory, which is even better for them than it is for most species, as they live in a section of our galaxy nicknamed the Arm of Paradise because of its abundance of resource-rich star systems. The Sol system is hard to enter given the barrier field of comets known by the humans as the Oort cloud. After getting through there, you'll have to travel a long distance before you reach the Kuiper Belt, a massive ring of dust, ice, and rock that guards the Sol system once again. And farther in, they have the Sol system asteroid belt, which acts as a third natural line of defense, and that doesn't even include their fleet, which is built for combat and colonization. Non-military fleet. The humans have a small, non-military fleet that they use to colonize worlds and even entire systems. They have a total of 8 colony ships that weigh in at 2 kilometers in length. They also have around 12 recon vessels for checking out systems before they are settled, looking for habitable planets. That is not the majority of their fleet. That has to be their military fleet. This is all we currently know about the human colonization fleet. Military fleet. The human military fleet contains 6 battlecruisers, 10 cruisers, 20 frigates, and 30 corvettes at this current time period. Each one, regardless of class, has a fusion power core, a singularity drive, and a variety of point defense and other secondary weapon systems, such as torpedoes, which are used against the smaller ships, meanwhile the railgun on battlecruisers and dreadnoughts, if those ever popped up. The frigates and corvettes lack railguns, as they are too small to take the recoil of the shot. They use kinetic weapons for starfighters and personal weaponry, with each bullet being made of a crystal known to them as diamond, which is what they consider to be one of the hardest natural substances in the universe. They harvest these from planets they call ice giants, such as the Sol system planets they call Uranus and Neptune. Massive planets that are an incredible volume of gas around a rocky core that have a very low atmospheric temperature. Now to move on to the final and most interesting category, their biology. Biology. Humans are mammals with no armor, natural weapons, or anything else of the sort on the outside. What matters is on the inside, as their body produces chemicals to keep them going, such as adrenaline, which triggers in times of fear, excitement, or anger. Adrenaline grants them a burst of strength and stamina to keep them going in a fight or flight situation. They will go through a process called sweating to disperse heat. Their muscles, when injured, will repair themselves slowly, so will most other wounds. Even minor wounds to vital organs are capable of healing by themselves if the human is lucky. They might even bond with local fauna to help them hunt, improve their mental state, or travel. Humans are biologically and psychologically baffling creatures. Final thoughts. While they are a somewhat secretive species about their technology, cradle world, and the other resources in their territory, they are a valuable species to this alliance. As they have many advantages of forming an allegiance, it shall be recorded that all but one species representative, the Asolodian representative, Joya of House Koparu, agreed to let them in. However, Representative Joya merely said he would accept whatever result the council decided on. That ends my record on the briefing about humans. Representative Arkitha of the Naraga. So, as my second, significantly longer, part of the world-building part of my science fiction series, what did you think of it? Please keep criticism constructive.